Hi, my name is Mimi Mum. I'm on the faculty at Rhode Island College School of Social Work. I'm also the Director of Admissions for the grad school. My research interests have always been related to helping children and their parents, children who have special needs and their parents, as well as my clinical practice. I have a small practice in Worcester where I work with families and children doing transition points or addressing certain behavioral difficulties. In November, I will be presenting on working with parents of children with special needs. I'll probably focus on Asperger's and autism, but all of these conversations will be generally applied to all children with special needs. And this comes from the research I did a few years ago. I interviewed a group of parents who all had children who had special needs, and I asked them about their experiences. And from that, I learned an awful lot, and that's what I'll be sharing with you. I'm going to start the presentation just getting to know who's in the group, and then I will talk about what I learned and what folks can benefit from. So my overarching goal is for you to feel affirmed in your practice when you're working with parents of children with special needs, that most of the things you're doing have been correct so far. Additionally, I want you to leave the presentation with some strategies for assessment and some strategies for intervention when you're working with parents of children with special needs. I'm going to start the presentation after we go through introductions and who's in the room and what your learning needs are. I am then going to show you some videos from my research. So I videotaped all the interviews. And I'm going to pull out snippets from those interviews, and then we'll discuss those. So in this presentation, you'll meet one of the moms whose name is Mary, and you'll hear about her experience of working with professionals. The wonderful thing about Mary is that she has 3 children, 2 what we would consider with special needs and 1 without. The other interesting thing about Mary, or helpful thing about Mary, is that she began her parenting journey over 20 years ago. And so you'll also get a really interesting historical perspective of how we worked with children with special needs. Mary talks about the lack of services 20 years ago and how things have changed today. Besides all of that being very interesting, Mary is also an occupational therapist. So Mary comes at this both as a professional and a parent. By listening to the vignettes I'll be sharing with you, I hope you glean from that parents are experts. Parents are the experts on their children. And so how do we access that as providers? How do we access that expert knowledge? How do we use it? How do we support parents? And how do we empower them? When a parent finds out that they have a child with special needs, they begin a journey that is filled with meeting tons of professionals, that is filled with tons of questions, tons of resources, and it can be quite an overwhelming journey. I see the role of helping professionals as a coach, as a navigator, as someone to offer support. And I'll be sharing some strategies you can use both in assessment and intervention when working with these families. I'm looking forward to meeting you in November, and have a great day.